United States Secret Service is often recognized as the elite agency responsible for safeguarding the president, vice president, and other high-profile political figures. However, the origins and historical evolution of this organization reveal a very different founding purpose, one deeply rooted in the protection of the nation's financial integrity rather than its leaders. Understanding the dual roles that the Secret Service has played in American history requires a deep dive into the tumultuous post-Civil War period, where economic instability and rampant counterfeiting threatened to destabilize the young nation's economy. The period immediately following the American Civil War was marked by significant economic upheaval. The war had drained the nation's resources, leaving its economy in a precarious state. Amid this uncertainty, a problem that had been growing quietly in the shadows came to the forefront: counterfeiting. The prevalence of fake currency in the United States during this time cannot be overstated. By the war's end in 1865, it was estimated that 1/3 of all U.S. paper currency in circulation was counterfeit. This alarming statistic was more than just a sign of widespread criminal activity. It represented a direct threat to the financial stability of the nation. The proliferation of counterfeit currency was a multifaceted problem. For one, it eroded public confidence in the national currency. Citizens who could not trust the money they used in daily transactions began to lose faith in the very institutions that issued that money. Moreover, counterfeit currency undermined legitimate businesses and caused inflation, as the excess of fake money circulating in the economy distorted the true value of goods and services. The economic chaos that could have resulted from unchecked counterfeiting was a real and present danger, one that could have further destabilized a nation already reeling from the impacts of civil war. Recognizing the severity of the problem, the U.S. Treasury Department took decisive action. On July 5, 1865, the Secret Service was established, not as a protective detail for the nation's leaders but as an investigative agency charged with suppressing counterfeiting and safeguarding the nation's financial system. The choice to create a specialized agency within the Treasury Department reflected the importance of the mission. Protecting the integrity of the nation's currency was seen as vital to its economic recovery and future prosperity. The early years of the Secret Service were marked by a focused and aggressive campaign against counterfeiters. Agents of the Secret Service, who were initially drawn from a wide range of backgrounds, including former soldiers and lawmen, were tasked with rooting out and dismantling counterfeiting operations across the country. This was no small feat, as counterfeiters were often well-organized and highly skilled. They operated in clandestine networks that spanned multiple states, making them difficult to track and apprehend. The Secret Service agents had to be equally resourceful, using a combination of undercover work, informants, and surveillance to break up these criminal enterprises. One of the challenges that the Secret Service faced in its early years was the sheer scale of the counterfeiting problem. Counterfeiters were producing fake currency using increasingly sophisticated techniques, making it difficult to distinguish real bills from fake ones. The Secret Service responded by working closely with the Treasury Department to develop better methods of detecting counterfeit currency. This included the creation of more secure forms of paper currency with intricate designs and features that were harder to replicate. The Secret Service also educated the public and businesses on how to identify counterfeit bills, thereby reducing the chances that fake currency would be accepted in transactions. As the Secret Service's anti-counterfeiting efforts began to bear fruit, the agency's reputation grew. By the late 19th century, the Secret Service had established itself as the premier agency for dealing with financial crimes. However, the role of the Secret Service was about to expand dramatically, driven by a tragic event that shocked the nation. On September 6, 1901, President William McKinley was shot by an assassin while attending the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, New York. McKinley succumbed to his injuries 8 days later, becoming the third U.S. president to be assassinated in less than 40 years. The assassination of McKinley sent shockwaves through the nation and prompted a serious re-evaluation of how the President of the United States was protected. Up until that point, presidential security had been relatively lax, with no dedicated agency responsible for the president's safety. In the aftermath of McKinley's assassination, it became clear that this needed to change. In 1901, shortly after McKinley's death, the Secret Service was formally assigned the responsibility of protecting the President of the United States. This marked a significant shift in the agency's mission, expanding its role from primarily financial investigations to include personal protection. The decision to entrust the Secret Service with this new duty was based on the agency's proven track record of efficiency, reliability, and discretion. Protecting the president required not only physical security but also a deep understanding of potential threats and the ability to anticipate and prevent them. The Secret Service's experience in dealing with organized crime networks and other criminal activities made it well suited to this task. The transition to a dual-role agency was not without its challenges. The Secret Service had to develop new protocols, training programs, and operational strategies to effectively protect the president. This included everything from securing the president's physical environment to monitoring potential threats and gathering intelligence on individuals and groups that might pose a danger. Over time, the Secret Service's protective mission expanded to include the vice president, foreign dignitaries visiting the United States, and later, the families of these officials. Despite the expansion of its protective duties, the Secret Service has never abandoned its original mission of combating financial crimes. To this day, the agency continues to investigate and prevent counterfeiting, as well as other forms of financial fraud, including cybercrime, credit card fraud, and money laundering. This dual role is a defining characteristic of the Secret Service, setting it apart from other law enforcement agencies. The combination of protective and investigative responsibilities requires the Secret Service to maintain a unique skill set, blending traditional law enforcement techniques with specialized knowledge in areas such as cybersecurity and protective operations. The history of the Secret Service is a testament to its adaptability and resilience. From its beginnings as an anti-counterfeiting force to its current status as the premier protective agency in the United States, the Secret Service has continually evolved to meet the changing needs of the nation. This evolution has not always been easy, and the agency has faced its share of challenges and controversies. For example, the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963 highlighted significant shortcomings in the Secret Service's protective measures, leading to major reforms in how the agency operates. In the decades since, the Secret Service has worked to enhance its capabilities, incorporating new technologies and methodologies to better fulfill its dual mission. One of the key strengths of the Secret Service is its ability to operate discreetly and efficiently, often under intense pressure and scrutiny. The agency's protective detail is known for its meticulous planning and attention to detail, ensuring that every aspect of the president's security is accounted for. This includes everything from the motorcade routes to the positioning of agents at public events. The Secret Service's ability to anticipate potential threats and respond swiftly is crucial to its success in protecting the nation's leaders. The investigative side of the Secret Service is equally vital, particularly in an era where financial crimes have become increasingly sophisticated. The rise of digital currencies, online banking, and electronic transactions has created new opportunities for criminals to engage in counterfeiting and fraud. The Secret Service has responded by developing expertise in cybersecurity and working closely with other agencies, both domestically and internationally, to combat these threats. The agency's ongoing efforts to protect the nation's financial infrastructure are just as important today as they were in 1865, demonstrating the enduring relevance of its original mission. In conclusion, the U.S. Secret Service is an agency with a rich and complex history, one that reflects the changing needs and priorities of the nation it serves. From its origins as a force dedicated to combating counterfeiting to its current role as the guardian of the nation's highest leaders, the Secret Service has continually adapted to meet new challenges. Its dual mission of protection and investigation makes it a unique and indispensable part of the federal law enforcement community. As the world continues to evolve, so too will the Secret Service, ever vigilant in its commitment to protecting both the financial and physical security of the United States.